From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Response 3939 West Highland Boulevard. Active shooter. What reports of one person shot at Miller Coors.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Milwaukee police say a gunman opened fire inside the historic Molson Coors brewery in Milwaukee today, killing 5 people.
And police say the gunman who had worked there also died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So far, police have not provided a possible motive. Our Madison O'Neill live in Milwaukee with the CEO of Molson Coors just spoke to the media. Maddie?
Eric and Charlotte, we just got an update from police again confirming that suspect was an employee here at Molson Coors, but they didn't answer any other questions. We also heard from Molson Coors leaders for the first time, right outside the building right now. Now, on this campus, police were called at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's where they found 5 workers dead. Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales says the suspected shooter, also an employee, was 51 years old from Milwaukee. He was found dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police say they don't know of any other injuries at this time. Mayor Tom Barrett and Governor Tony Evers are calling this a tragedy, not only for Milwaukee, but the entire state. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes pointed out that this tragedy marks the 11th mass shooting in our state since 2004. Now, Molson Coors CEO, who we just heard from, says they're grieving tonight.
We're a family here at Molson Coors in Milwaukee, and this is an unthinkable tragedy for us. I've had a chance to speak to some of the employees that were still here when I arrived this evening, and I'd like to thank them for their bravery, and it really is very important that we keep them all close in the days and weeks that are coming.
Now we're learning if victims' families are being notified. Some are being flown in tonight, but it may be 24 to 48 hours until their identities are released. Now, Molson Coors, the office here and brewery, will be closed the rest of the week after this tragedy. We'll have a crew here tomorrow morning with more updates, and of course, you can keep track on Channel3000.com as well.
Madison O'Neill, hard work all day, live in Milwaukee. Maddie, thank you so much. And tonight, while addressing the nation, President Trump also took a moment to address the victims of this attack.
Before I begin, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the victims and families in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Earlier today, a wicked murderer opened fire at a Molson Coors Brewing Company plant, taking the lives of 5 people. A number of people were wounded, some badly wounded. Our hearts break for them and their loved ones. We send our condolences. We'll be with them. And it's a terrible thing, terrible thing.
We're also hearing from other lawmakers. On Twitter, Senator Tammy Baldwin thanked the first responders and says gun violence has taken too many lives in Milwaukee, and the mass shooting today is heartbreaking. Republican Senator Ron Johnson says he is heartbroken about the senseless killings and offered his condolences to everyone in the community affected by today's horrific events. And as always, be sure to stay with News 3 Now for the latest developments on this shooting. We will have continuing live coverage starting tomorrow morning at 4:30, and as always on Channel3000.com.
We mentioned earlier the president addressing the nation a bit today. He placed Vice President Mike Pence in charge of the U.S. government response to the novel coronavirus. The Trump administration asking for $2.5 billion to fight the spread of the outbreak.
Republicans would like us to get 4, and some Democrats would like us to get 8.5, and we'll be satisfied whatever it is.
There are now more than 80,000 cases worldwide, including the first confirmed case in South America. Federal health officials say while the outbreak is currently contained in the United States, we should be prepared for a pandemic.
The Wisconsin Department of Health says there is still 1 pending case of coronavirus in Wisconsin. In total now, 17 people have been tested. 15 are negative, 1 positive, and that 1 pending. The UW is suspending its spring study abroad program in South Korea out of precaution. There are currently 5 students studying abroad in the country. According to a statement from the UW, this decision was reached after the CDC raised their warning level to a 3 to avoid non-essential travel people there. New tonight, the U.S. and South Korean militaries have postponed their annual joint drills out of concerns over a virus outbreak. Today's announcement came after South Korea reported 21 new cases of coronavirus in its military, and the U.S. military reported 1 case among its 28,000 troops stationed in South Korea.
Also today, the CDC put out this unusual chart for how facial hair can interfere with face masks and respirators. It displays dozens of styles showing which ones are compatible with the devices. The main takeaway here is that hair should not cross the respirator sealing surface. New tonight, the Richland School District will not have classes tomorrow. This is due to an influenza A outbreak. Parent-teacher conferences have also been canceled due to the illness. Let's get a look at your first alert, first warn forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi. Gary?
Well, skies have remained cloudy all day today. There have been a few scattered flurries, but for the most part, things are just pretty quiet out there. As we take a look at the time lapse from the WIC Skycam, there might have been a peak or two of sun in there, but most of the day was just mostly cloudy. And as we look at Doppler track right now, the snow showers and flurries are winding down. They're even pretty hard to detect on high-resolution Doppler radar. It looks like a few just to the west of Janesville and a couple southwest of Madison. Over the next 12 hours, those temperatures should drop off into the middle teens as the skies at least partially clear overnight. Look for variably cloudy skies tomorrow. Our high temperature still on the cold side at 26. Temperatures will be back up into the 30s Saturday and 40s by Sunday. I'll take a look at how long the mild weather will last in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Authorities say 24 people associated with a violent drug trafficking gang operating in northeastern Milwaukee are facing federal charges. So far, hundreds of federal, state, and local officers have rounded up 17 people. The remaining defendants are still at large. Officers recovered 53 firearms, 900 grams of heroin, more than 150 grams of a drug mixture that contained fentanyl. They also found cocaine, marijuana, and $300 cash during the course of this investigation. New video tonight, a massive explosion at one of the largest petroleum refineries along the West Coast. A fire sparked this explosion at one of its cooling towers. This is at the plant in Carson, California. Officials say no one was injured in the blast. The fire was put out a few hours later.
Body camera video shows the moment when California officers stepped into action to save a man from a burning home. This happened last week in Grass Valley, about an hour northeast of Sacramento. Officers were called to the home for reports that a person was trapped inside. Officers could not get in the front door due to the heavy smoke and flames, so they ran around looking for another access point, kicking down a back door and grabbing a man by the feet to pull him to safety. The man was unconscious due to smoke exposure. He is expected to recover. A family is safe tonight after escaping a house fire on Wisconsin Street in Portage this morning. A father and 2 kids made it out before that fire crews arrived. The family dog escaped minutes later. Nearly 10 different departments responded as part of a mutual aid agreement. This fire took about an hour to put out, and the cause is still under investigation.
Governor Tony Evers has vetoed a Republican-authored $250 million income tax cut bill. He vetoed that bill at an elementary school library in Wauwatosa, saying the legislature should instead back his plan to spend more on education. Governor Evers had proposed spending $250 million on K-12 schools with $130 million to reduce property taxes. Republicans ignored his proposal, saying increased school funding would be part of the debate over the next state budget for 2021. A federal appeals court rules the Trump administration can withhold federal money from states and cities if they do not cooperate with immigration enforcement. The decision came today. It reverses a lower court ruling that blocked the Justice Department from withholding the law enforcement grant.
The House of Representatives passed historic legislation today making lynching a federal crime, called the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. It passed with broad bipartisan support. It was named after the 14-year-old whose brutal murder in Mississippi became a civil rights rallying cry in the 1950s. If it reaches his desk, the White House says the president would sign it. Tomorrow, the Wisconsin Election Commission will debate how to spend a new $7.8 million election security grant. It is the second part of a federal grant program to help local clerks fend off hackers. The commission must submit a spending plan to the U.S. Elections Assistance Commission by April. New tonight, the Supreme Court dismissed the case of Lee Boyd Malvo today. He is one of 2 men convicted in the serial sniper shooting spree that terrorized Maryland, Virginia, and Washington in 2002. Malvo was 17 years old at the time and was sentenced to life without parole. In 2012, the Supreme Court ruled mandatory life sentences for juveniles are unconstitutional. So last year, Malvo asked the Supreme Court to have his life sentence reconsidered. The other man convicted in the spree was executed in 2009.
Local youth at Marinette High School took an oath of enlistment from the U.S. Army today with a bit of a twist. For the first time ever, the Appleton Recruiting Company, in partnership with NASA, hosted the nationwide live enlistment ceremony from space. More than 900 future soldiers participated at more than 130 locations across the country. Clive Cussler, the best-selling author and sea explorer, died this week, according to a Facebook post from his family. They say he passed on Monday. In his lifetime, Cussler was known for his books about underwater shipwreck discoveries, both fiction and nonfiction. Two of his books were made into movies, Raise the Titanic and Sahara. Clive Cussler was 88 years old. And still to come tonight at 10, meet the Madison restaurant owner and chef up for a James Beard Award.
Plus, an old 500-pound mural finds a new home in downtown Madison. We'll have that story when we come back.
Take an extra day to save during the last stretch of the Mattress Marathon at Ashley Home Store's 72-hour Leap Day sale. Save up to 70% off doorbuster mattresses during this final week, including our best deal of the year on brands like Tempur-Pedic and iComfort. Leap Day weekend only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. At Papa Murphy's, we're making flavor magic for just $9. Introducing the new Combo Magnifico, a magical combination of giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions, all for just $9. Bake it yourself, then make it disappear. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Congratulations to Lindsay Herb, a top-notch first and second multi-age teacher at Glacier Edge Elementary in Verona.
When somebody's going to succeed, it has more to do with just knowing how to interact with other people, rather than like the wealth of knowledge that everyone's going to get.
If you know a teacher who deserves to be recognized as a top-notch teacher, send us a letter, an email, or nominate a teacher at channel3000.com.
Sponsored by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Okay then, why do professional builders and remodelers choose nuns? Oh, apparently it's reason number 163, which seems to be that, wow, people really feel it at a nun showroom. And it's not looking like the same experience when shopping online. So why should you choose nuns? Well, isn't it obvious? Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Need glasses now? We have a lens lab in every store and can make them for you in as little as 30 minutes.
2 pairs start at just $38.71, and 91% of our glasses are ready the same day. No one makes glasses faster than I'm Express.
Buy like a builder during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour Leap Day appliance sale. This weekend, you pay what the builders pay, which means savings up to 50% off, plus a free 10-year warranty and free delivery. Leap Day weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Setting the stage for the visually impaired.
Lights are dimming. The story takes place in Georgia.
The voice behind Overture Center's live audio description and how the service is enriching the theater experience for those in need.
It enhances it immensely.
Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
The chef and owner of Mint Mark Restaurant in Madison is a semifinalist for the James Beard Foundation Award. Sean Farr was selected among 20 chefs for the Best Chef Midwest Award. His restaurant, Mint Mark on Winnebago Street, focuses on small plates, frequently changing to include new items. Final nominees for the award will be announced on March 25th. A 500-pound mural is finding a new home after nearly 7 decades.
But because of the sheer size, it's taking workers longer than anticipated. But for art enthusiasts, this will be well worth the wait. The 18-foot James Watrous mural is making its way to the Chazen Museum from web crafters on the city's east side. The two buildings are only 3 miles apart, but because of the painting's size, too large to fit in an elevator, museum staff say they needed the help of Chicago contractors to make this move possible.
They specialize in fine arts handling, rigging. They handle really large pieces and really complicated movements, which requires a lot more knowledge, skills, and tools than we currently have on our staff here.
The Frauci family donated the mural after learning it was going to be destroyed during renovations by the building's new owners. The museum's chief curator says it's great that the mural will have a new home in the very place Watrous helped bring to life.
He just made it so clear to the administration here on campus how important it would be to have a museum and how important it is for students to have physical, actual pieces of artwork and not just slides.
Watrous was an art history faculty member at UW until his retirement in 1976. This mural will join his other work on campus, including a mosaic on the university's communication building and the Paul Bunyan murals in Memorial Union. So barring any additional delays, Chazen staff expect the mural to be lifted tomorrow morning and available to the public in the afternoon.
Miller Park's new restaurant is set to open next week. On Friday, the restaurant named A Restaurant to Be Named Later. That's the name of the restaurant. It'll be open year-round. In October, the Brewers announced a long-running Friday's Front Row Sports Grill would permanently close in December to make way for this new restaurant. Federal Communications Commission says it has received more than 1,300 complaints from viewers who had something to say about this year's halftime show at the Super Bowl featuring Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. The most common complaint seemed to be about the appropriateness, with some suggesting it should have an R rating attached to it. The FCC received complaints from every single state except Vermont.
Early risers in Arizona were treated to a meteor streaking across the sky. The meteor was seen to the north of Phoenix about 5:30 in the morning. It was captured on video by a meteorite hunter and posted on the American Meteor Society website.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti first warned weather and presiding over a rather quiet weather department today, Gary.
If you're going to be looking for meteors, it's going to be kind of hard to find when it's cloudy right now. We might see some clearing later on tonight, and that will just allow temperatures to drop off. But today it was a cloudy day from sun up to sundown. Queen Bee Radio Skycam actually did show a couple of peaks of sun in there, but otherwise we would categorize this as a mostly cloudy forecast. And there have been some snow showers and flurries, but you can see the bulk of them now shifting to the south. And while it looks more impressive on the composite radar, where we take all the radars and put them on one image, when we look at the high-resolution Doppler radar, where we look at just a couple of radars very close to the precipitation, you can see what few snow showers and flurries there are dying out pretty quickly. And I think skies will actually start to clear a little bit after midnight. Visibility is right now at or above 10 miles, so the snow really not amounting to very much. Three things you need to know in the forecast. The cold weather is going to stick around for a couple more days. That'll be for tomorrow and Friday. Highs 20s both days, but we'll see a weekend warm-up. Saturday, I've got temperatures in the low 30s. Looking at some of the latest computer model forecasts, we might have to bump that up a little bit, as well as Sunday's high temperature, which right now I have for 43. That might be the middle 40s. Rain showers still in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday of next week. We're going into March, and we start to see a little more liquid precipitation than snow. But March can also be a very snowy month as well. Temperatures right now range from the teens up in northern Wisconsin, where the skies have started to clear, to the 20s underneath the cloud cover across southern Wisconsin. Compared to 24 hours ago, temperatures still a little bit colder, but notice out to the west, you can see temperatures either nearly the same, or in some cases, like in western Minnesota, even a little bit above where they were 24 hours ago. So the cold snap will not be a long one. Upper level winds right now from the northwest, but this little dip in the jet stream is basically just fueling these snow flurries here. The storm that missed us to the south, bringing snow into Ohio, and then that changes to rain on the southern flank, but also some heavy snow in parts of western New York State. They have blizzard warnings in effect there because the winds right off of Lake Erie will be pounding western New York State with some heavy lake effect snows. But here in our part of the Midwest, the main part of the storm is shifted off to the east. There's a weak little weather disturbance to our west. It'll actually dive southeastward and keep a few clouds in here for tomorrow, but keep the snow flurries back to the north and west. We're just dealing with the cold weather and the northwesterly wind flow. On future track, that will continue overnight and through the day tomorrow. We'll see a little more cloud cover pop up during the day from where we start out in the morning. But notice how the skies clear out for Friday. And then as we head towards Saturday, those winds become southwesterly and the temperatures start their warming trend, as we'll see this weekend into early next week. For tomorrow, look for variably cloudy skies, high temperature at 26 degrees. I don't think we'll see any flurries. 7 to 10 day forecast, 33 on Saturday, 43 on Sunday. But don't be surprised if we bump those numbers up a little bit more. Then some rain showers Monday and Tuesday, ending as a mix of rain and snow showers Tuesday night and Wednesday. Temperatures warm back up into the 40s by the end of next week.
Oh, the 40s is going to be great.
Sounds good to me.
Right, thank you, Gary.
You're welcome. The NFL Combine is here, a familiar face making a splash. Adam joins us next with a story in sports.
News 3 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Art, sound, and sensory overload. Tool live. June 9th, Cole Center. The new album, Fear Inoculum, out now. Tool. Tickets on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Tool. In concert.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Have you heard the news? Ganser Company is your home for J.D. Power's top-ranked window and patio door manufacturer, Infinity from Marvin. You'll get 80 years of our experience to make an informed decision in 80 minutes.
Schedule your free in-home consultation and get your home ready for the Wisconsin winter.
Ganser has the answer. Remember, 80 years and 80 minutes from a local family business of 4 generations.
Take an extra day to save at Ashley Home Store's 72-hour Leap Day sale. This Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. Get our biggest discounts of the year store-wide. Line up early Saturday for a free gift. Save up to 70% off furniture and doorbusters throughout the store. Plus an extra 20% off our sale prices. That's our best bonus deal of the year. And don't miss the final days of Mattress Marathon with huge savings on sleep store-wide. Leap Day weekend only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's day 3 of the NFL Combine, and all eyes in Madison are on the 4 representatives sent by the Wisconsin Badgers. Quintez Cephas, Zach Bond, Tyler Biotish, and Jonathan Taylor. But it was Cephas today who stole the show. And this video comes courtesy of Brendan Connolly from Primetime Sports Talk in Massachusetts. And behind all those other guys is Quintez Cephas putting up 23 reps of 225 pounds on the bench press, which is more than any wide receiver, the second most out of any player total. Cephas averaged more than 16 yards a catch during his time at UW, is currently projected as a 7th-round pick, but players in the past have been known to shoot up the draft board following an impressive performance at the Combine. In the same school, different sport, as the Badger men's basketball team prepares to face 19th-ranked Michigan tomorrow night in Ann Arbor. While Wisconsin has won 4 straight, the Maize and Blue have won 5 straight under first-year head coach Juwan Howard. And they have the benefit of playing on their home floor tomorrow night. Forward Micah Potter says Wisconsin is focused on their own team, not the opponents.
Obviously, we got a tough one going into Michigan on Thursday, and they've been playing just as well as anyone in the country in the last couple games. So just got to make sure that we continue to play our game, and we should be okay.
Despite Michigan's 5-game win streak, they're still trying to make up ground in the Big Ten. The standings as of tonight cannot get any closer at the top, as Maryland's lead over the rest of the pack has dwindled to 1.5 games. You see Wisconsin tied for third, and Michigan, well, off the graphic, only a game behind Wisconsin. The Big Ten has 6 teams ranked in top 25, which is more than any conference in the NCAA. The Immaculate Reception, Michael Jordan's shot to beat the Cavs, even Tiger winning the green jacket at Augusta. Some of the most famous sports moments of all time. But on its 8th anniversary, it's only fitting we pay homage to the most influential, unbelievably, undeniably most important sports moment ever, courtesy of Pete Weber. That's right, we are talking bowling. On this day in 2012, Weber was down and needed a strike in his last frame to pull out a win. The legend goes he had been heckled the entire match, so when he got that strike, it resulted in this magical moment.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
You are, I am, a quote that will live in fame, and Weber himself says people bring that up more than anything else if they meet him. Now, lastly, the best thing you'll see tonight out of the Combine, we're talking favorite foods, and Fresno State guard Ntane Muti telling reporters today his double-double meal is a 10 by 10. That's 10 patties, 10 slices of cheese, and it's his go-to meal. Well, Division III product, Ben Barch, who's trying to gain some weight, has been eating a 2,000-calorie smoothie each morning. In this smoothie, 7 eggs, grits, cottage cheese, peanut butter, banana, and Gatorade, because it needs to have some liquid consistency. And I just hope somebody drafts this man so he can go back to normal food. That's it for sports. Your last look at weather next.
Steinhaffel's biggest President's Day sale has been extended. Last chance to save 35 to 75% store-wide, plus an extra $100 off. Get incredible deals like this queen bookcase bed, $249. 3-piece dining set, $459. Sofa, $599. 5-piece dining set, $699. 2-piece sectional, $799. Plus, Steinhaffel's now carries purple mattresses. Try it before you buy it. Plus 60 months special financing. Steinhaffel's President's Day sale ends Friday.
Find your style at Menards with 11% off Patriot lighting.
Or you could add stylish storage with 11% off all Dakota shelving.
Insulate and save big on energy costs. Plus get 11% off.
Create your dream Clearview kitchen with 11% off.
You'll be floored by our vinyl plank flooring. Get 11% off all of it.
Whatever you're working on, you'll get 11% off. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Working with Mike Bloomberg was one of the most empowering experiences that I've had.
It's important to talk to the people who know him personally.
I worked for him for 8 years in City Hall.
I've been working for Bloomberg for 27 years.
25 years.
Almost 30 years.
There's nobody that I respect more and felt more respected by.
Mike believes excellence is not defined by gender.
Mike builds a culture that advances women.
He was the first woman ever appointed to be counsel to the mayor.
He expects excellence out of everyone, but he also provides the kind of support that allows you to be that person.
Mike called to tell me, you should be proud of what you've done, and your name should be on that project.
He has faith in you. He believes in you. It was about always showing up and doing your best. I always knew that he had my back.
He was raised by an extraordinary woman. She supported him all along the way, and that's very much a part of who he is.
Mike supports women, he promotes women, and he respects women.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Auto Show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept.
During Auto Show savings time, choose Explorer with FlexBuy and get 0 for 66 financing plus $4,500 when you finance through Ford Credit.
Buy like a builder during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour Leap Day Appliance Sale, Saturday through Monday with a Preview Day Friday. You pay what the builders pay, which means savings up to 50% off top appliance brands. Plus, no other store in Wisconsin can offer free delivery, free setup, free financing, and a free 10-year limited warranty on your purchase. No one will beat our prices or match our deals. Hurry in. Sale ends Monday, only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, located inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts. Clean, simple, and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today. This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Gary's here with the final check.
Well, a few flurries out there, but those are winding down. You can see mainly south of Madison right now, and there's not many of them left. Temperatures will drop off into the mid-teens by early tomorrow morning with at least partly cloudy skies, a little more cloud cover bouncing back during the day tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the middle 20s. Then look for highs in the low 30s by Saturday, low 40s by Sunday, and those temperatures might have to be adjusted upward a little bit if the latest computer model forecasts are correct. Some rain showers Monday and Tuesday, ending as a mix of rain and snow Wednesday. A couple of flurries Thursday with a brief cool down, and then temperatures back up to the 40s by the end of next week.
March begins on Sunday.
Right.
Spring's not far behind. Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Feeling safe, however we define that, is a fundamental human need. Safety, on the other hand, is a universal shared concern. We all want to be safe in our communities, in our homes, and in regards to our own health. The coronavirus is testing our ability to ensure our safety. A number of months into the spread of the infectious disease, it is still a very fluid situation. And we need to balance steps we can and should take to protect ourselves and the temptation to overreact. Travel should be appropriately constrained, perhaps, but not necessarily avoided. Be aware of possibilities for having come in contact with someone at risk. More importantly, let elected leaders know we need them to push for a coordinated global strategy to contain the spread of the disease, including spending more on making sure enough masks, diagnostic kits, medical care, and the like are available. We need to be and act smart to stay safe.